Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Yo Nityamachyutapadam Vajayugma Rukma Vyamohada Sadhitarani Trinaya Mene Asmadguroho Bhagavato Sadayeka Sindhoho Ramanujasya Charanau Sharanam Prapadhe Yasya Smarnamatrena Advaita Vasana Pramachyate Bodhatmakaya Namastasmai Bhagavate Shri Ramanamarshaya Hridakashi Sada Bhantam Shantamanandarubinam Jnanabhanamaham Vande Sadguru Shri Satyasayinam Mamantriyaminam Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Shri Govindaya Namo Namaha. Ye tamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. As we worship him, so he responds to us. The Gopikas worshipped him in a certain way, approached him in a certain way, and he gave them a promise that in the days to come, he would call them and fulfill all the desires that they had in their heart with respect to him. It is almost a cosmic law that whatever desire you have will be fulfilled. Whatever desire you have will be fulfilled. And that is both a blessing and a curse at the same time. A curse because we do not know what is good for us, what is right for us. Nor do we have any control over our thoughts or our mind. And as a result, various desires keep popping up in our heads. Not all of them are good for us, but because of this law, they will be fulfilled. There will be no doubt about the fulfillment of these desires. It is only a question of when. Depending upon how much karma sesha, balance of karma you have, that will be used to fulfill these desires. And that is why we keep taking births. Because we have desires that need to be fulfilled, and we also have the karma, the punya / papa to expend. And so it keeps happening. So when even destructive desires will be fulfilled, then what to say about desires related to God? Any desire that you entertain towards Bhagavan will be fulfilled. And there are multiple schools of thought when it comes to this. There are some people that say do not even entertain desires with God. Ashe arumin. Ishanodayunum ashegal arumin. Ashe pada துயரம் தானே, துன்பம் தானே, ஆசையை விட விட இன்பம் தானே. Even if you must have a desire with God, that will also be fulfilled. Meaning you have to take another birth just for the sake of that. There is a story that is told of Mahabali Chakravarti's daughter. Ratnavali was her name. And when young Vamanamurti walked into the Yajnashala, all the people that were looking at him were completely bowled over by the charm that was exuded by him. And this Ratnavali, who was looking at this boy coming in, suddenly felt a great surge of maternal affection in her heart. And she felt, oh, I wish I could take this child and make him my own and hold him close to me and feed him and suckle him. and so on. Maternal love came into her heart. But then when Vamana became Trivikrama, subdued her father, arrested him and so on, then that same love that she felt for him became hatred. I wish I could kill him, was the thought that emerged in her heart. So there was a unique combination of two contradictory desires, one wanting to mother him, one wanting to smother him. Any desire with God will be fulfilled, and so this desire also had to be fulfilled. In what way was it fulfilled? Now, she was born again as Putana. She was born again as Putana, who came both to mother and smother him. She came to kill him, but the way she adopted was as though she was a foster mother to this child. Both were fulfilled. That is why she also got moksha there. Because already she was devoted to him in a different way. And that anger and the hatred were part of her nature. She was a Rakshasi. And therefore, that anger and hatred that was there when she saw Vamana doing this to her father were natural to her Swabhava. But did not matter. This is the beauty with Bhagavan. As long as it is related to Bhagavan, it does not matter what kind of a desire it is. It will liberate you, is what Bhagavatam tries to say to us. Although there are people that say even with God do not have desire because it will necessitate another birth. That is true. That is definitely true. If you do not have desires, you will not have births at all. The moment you give up all your desires, the very next instant you are liberated. Vittadu patranil utradu viduyar. When all your desires drop off, then and there, that itself is called as liberation. Mohakshaya is moksha. Mohakshaya is moksha. Mohakshaya means the destruction of all your moha desires. But in the eventuality, for those who have got Paramavairagya, supreme detachment and detachment arising out of disgust from looking at the world and the way the world works. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayat. Nasti akrita kritena. There comes a great nirveda, a great disgust for the world because nothing in this world is right or seems to go right. Everywhere there is pain, everywhere there is suffering. Not just for others, to you also. Wherever you go, there is pain and suffering in different forms and so on. So this is one outlook some people have. This outlook too. So when you see these reversals happening, you become so utterly disgusted with it and you say enough. And you get rid of all your desires and you attain liberation then and there. But not everybody is able to go through this path. There are others. Life is more or less good to them. We cannot say no to it. There are not everybody is suffering. Some people are suffering a lot. Not everybody is suffering. Most people have a good run. Looking back, they say it was all right. It was good. I didn't have many big problems in life. So then what happens? Then there is no need for them to give up their desires. So desires are there that gives rise to further and further births. In fact, they narrate a very funny story. Once it seems Krishna and Arjuna. Krishna had this habit of doing various things. So Arjuna and him disguised themselves as travelers. And they went and knocked on a house. And they said, we are hungry, can you give us some food? It was a very wealthy house. Very rich man. A posh looking house. Well appointed. So when they went and asked for food, the man of the house said, no, get out. We can't be giving food to all of you people. Get out from here. So apparently Krishna then said, may you prosper. May you have more and more prosperity. May your wealth grow more and more, he said. And he walked off. Then he took Arjuna to another house, which was a house of a Brahmana, very poor it was. He had only one cow as his possession. Nothing else. Living in a hut with a cow. And so when Krishna went and begged for food there. And the man said, please wait. Please come and sit down. I don't have much, but I have a cow. I will get some milk from her and I will give it to you. So he went and milked that cow, boiled that milk and brought the milk to both Arjuna and Krishna and gave it to them. Krishna drank it and said, may your cow die. May your cow die. And he walked on. Arjuna was shocked. He said, Swami, In that house where they did not feed us anything, you said, may you have more and more prosperity. In this house where this poor man had nothing but of what little he had, he gave it to us. And you are cursing him in this manner. I don't understand this. Bhagavan laughed and said, this man had only one attachment, that cow. If the cow also dies, he will turn his entire attention towards me. I will liberate him. Those people are already not willing to share anything with anybody because they are so wealthy. The more wealth they get, the more they will fall. That is the curse and this is the blessing, he said instead. So there are two ways to look at it. One is you get rid of all your desires because you're disgusted with this world and therefore you attain liberation. Or in prema, in bhakti, we don't go through the trouble of getting rid of all our desires. We only cultivate one desire. We turn all our attention, all our energy into cultivating one desire. And this desire is of such a nature that as this grows more and more and more, it destroys on its own, it destroys all the other desires. And then this desire is so powerful that it will be fulfilled. And the moment it is fulfilled, it is also finished. Nothing more is left. What is this desire? Desire for Him. This is the desire for God Himself. I want God. That is the only desire you have. You love Him and that is the only desire. You desire Him. When you desire Him, as the desire for Him grows more and more, naturally and automatically all the other desires keep falling. This is something that all of us are very, very well acquainted with. Whenever we want something, we are immediately willing to give up other things that we used to hold on to previously. When you want something really bad, you are willing to trade off several things that were previously considered precious by you. Isn't it? We are always exchanging. We are always giving up desires for the sake of another desire. All the time we are doing this. But when there is one desire that is unchanging, and it is always there like the pole star, and you are always working towards it, in the due course of time, all desires will and can be given up for the sake of that desire. All that is necessary is for that desire to become strong. And what is that desire? The desire for God. And how does that desire grow? This is how it grows. This is how it grows. As we keep listening again and again to His name, His glories, His stories, something happens within us. You may call it brainwashing. This is brainwashing only. But this is not brainwashing, it is washing of the brain. The brain that is filled with so much dirt, so much of attachment, so much of worldly kalusha, so much of stains from being always immersed in this world, needs a good wash. So this is the real brainwash. Not that kind of a brainwashing, but this is the real washing of the brain. Cleansing of the mind, so that the mind finally learns. It acquires a taste. Labdha ruchihi. It acquires a taste for God. So far we've had, how many days have we finished? 4 days. 4 days we have finished. 8 sessions we've heard. And after going through all of those sessions, listening to these stories, how was it? How did everybody feel in the last few days? That is one of the great advantages of having this 7-day intensive session. If there was only 1 or 2 sessions, then you would go away and go back into your daily life, daily routines, and whatever little bit you gained will be immediately lost. But what happens in these kind of sessions is again and again and again, morning and evening, you are hammered with the same concept. And so you have no way to get out of it. Before you recover, you come back and you are beaten up again by it. And it enters into you. It percolates into you. It goes and starts reaching out into those primal centers within you that have been created for this purpose only for seeking Him. Just imagine the extent of this world. How many people are there? What is the size of the population that we have? So many remote tribes and forests are there. Big cultures and civilizations are, but everywhere there is the concept of God, some divinity, something higher, something to be worshipped. How did this come? They call it different names, they worship it in different ways. And that concept is there. That means this is something that is primal to us. This is part of being human. Seeking God is part of our DNA, our human DNA. God has created us in this manner to seek Him. We just keep postponing it, that is all. But comes a time when suddenly we have no more choice to postpone, there is no more need to postpone, because this appears to be so much more desirable and delectable to us. That is what these stories do to us. And so there was a little hamlet not far away, a little settlement not far away from in Vrajabhumi itself, not far away from where Krishna was living. It was an agrahar. Only Brahmins lived there. Brahmanas and their wives lived there, their families lived there. They were always doing yajnas and yagas there. And the stories of Krishna had already drifted through. Because all kinds of different deeds were being done here, especially after his dance performance the other day. He suddenly shot to popularity. Until then he was a bit low-key. He was doing things, but everybody thought something else. It was a coincidence. How many coincidences can you have? There was a series of coincidences. They decided no longer coincidence. Suspicions were high. And then when he finally danced upon the snake and quelled the snake that was the terror of the entire region, everybody knew this is not an ordinary child. And so stories of Krishna, like how we are discussing, began to drift about, and it also reached the ears of the ladies who were there in the settlement, all the Brahmana Patnis. The wives of these Brahmanas heard about this story. Devout Bhagavatas would go and tell these stories, and they would present Krishna as though he is the Lord himself. And otherwise, who can do all these things? Just listening to those stories, Shrutva Gunana, by listening again and again to Krishna's antics, Krishna's stories. Already I told you how the songs that were popular were all about Krishna and Krishna Leela. Even then. So those songs, minstrels, wandering minstrels, singing, bards carrying these messages, they went about, and this entire hamlet also was well aware of Krishna's presence, Krishna's existence, Krishna's doings. And so these ladies who were far away, but they always wanted to have Krishna darshan, wanted to see Krishna, but they couldn't go because they were married and they were caught up in a family situation, and that too they were married to Brahmanas. Contrary to popular belief, there is a popular belief that Brahmanas are very great people. That is not true. In fact, they are the worst kind of people in this world. I'll tell you why. Because Brahmanas have a very strict regimen. From early morning, they have to wake up, they have to do so many rituals, they have to do Sandhyavandanam, they have to do Agnihotram, they have to do so many different, and vratas and upavasas, everything is given only to them. Others are not given so much as Brahmanas are given. Now, when somebody does something wrong, they are punished more than the others, isn't it? This is true. No? You've done something naughty, no food for you. Fellow has done well, come, I'll give you a treat. The fellow has not done very well, he is given a punishment. So when you really look at it that way, the Brahmana's lives is filled with a lot of austerity, a lot of punishment, a lot of deprivation. Now, who is the right one, who is the wrong one? All are equal. Nobody is greater than the other. That is something we have to understand. Kula Matam, otherwise this Kula Madam is there. There is this great pride in being born in a certain lineage. There is a great undoing it is. That is why Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who used to do so much tapasya in order to attain the Lord, would go into the forest, remove his sacred thread and throw it away and sit down and meditate. One day his nephew saw Hriday. And he said, Mama, what are you doing? Don't you know what a sin it is to cast away your sacred thread after being initiated into it? He said, this great pride in me that I'm a Brahmana should go away from me. That is why I'm throwing it out, he said. Otherwise, I will not attain the Divine Mother. Of course, it is only pride that has to be given up, not the thread. Merely throwing the thread and keeping the pride is no use. And so these ladies wanted to have Krishna's darshan, but the husbands were headstrong, which is a nicer way of saying pig-headed. And the ladies would say, it seems Krishna is Sakshat Bhagavan himself. Che, what nonsense. What nonsense? No, he is an avatara. What avatara? Avatara means avatara will come in kingly lineages, not cowherd lineages. Don't you know Sri Ramachandra? Ramachandra was born in Ikshvaku Vamsham as a king. Not either he should be born as a Brahmana, like Parashurama was born, or he should be born as a king. Chumma cowherd people who do not know anything. You think Bhagavan will be born and grow up among cowherd families? Impossible. But they denied it. But these ladies had this prema in their heart, and every time they wanted to see him, they could not go. So the only option was, Aavo Gopala Giridhare, Aavo Gopala Giridhare, Aavo Antaryami, Aavo Anandasaye, Aavo Gopala Giridhare, Aavo Hridaya Nivase, Aavo Shanti Nivase, Aavo Gopala Giridhare. So only thing they could do was stay where they were and saying, Krishna, Gopala, Antaryami, Hridaya Nivasi, Aavo, please come, please come, please come, give us darshan, because we are not able to come. Will you not come to us? And they were pining and yearning. Bhagavan obviously knew about it. And so one day he told all the boys, today we are going exploring in a different region. Boys were always good, ready for a good game. So they said, all right, come, let's go. And so they all made this journey. It was a bit longer than the usual, but Krishna took them along and he showed them the trees and the flora and the fauna, showing them all of these things. He called all the names, by names he calls all of them. He Stoka Krishna, He Amshu, Shri Dhaman, Subal Arjuna, Vishal Shaba, Tejaswin, Deva Prastha, Varutapa, dalam per, pasangal per. Pashyayetan Mahabhagan. He's saying, look at all these trees. He calls all these fellows, Hey Stoka Krishna, Hey Amshu. Say, look at these trees around here. Those fellows are scratching their head. Every day we are seeing trees. What trees? Look at trees, Krishna. What are you talking about, Krishna? What is there to look at these trees? Mahabhagan. They are all so great. Most fortunate ones they are all. How are trees fortunate? They are standing in one place. They cannot even move around anywhere. How are trees fortunate? Bhagavan says, Parartha ekanta jivitan. Do you know why they are most fortunate? Because they are living exclusively for the sake of others. Parartha ekanta jivitan. Vatavarsha tabahiman sahantaha varayantinaha. Look at them. They are living exclusively for the benefit of others. Whole life is given for others. They put up with, they tolerate the wind and the rain and the snow and the sun, and to protect us from those elements. Aho yesham varam janma. This is the kind of janma one should have, Bhagavan is saying. Varam janma. This is superior birth. Sarva pranyupajivanam. Because they are giving life to all the other creatures in this world. Sujanasyeva yesham vai vimukha yantinartinaha. No one who comes to the tree will have to go away disappointed from this tree. It gives something to everybody. That is how we should be living. No matter in what form, patra, pushpa, phala, chaya, moola, valkala, darubihi, gandha, niryasa, bhasma, asti, taukma, kaman, vitanvate. And so many things they are giving to everybody. Their leaves are of use to people. Some trees, the leaves are of use to some people. The flowers are useful. The fruits naturally are useful. Chaya, the shade that they provide is useful. Moola, the roots are useful. Valkala, the bark is used of trees. Darubihi, the wood of the tree is used for so many things. Gandha, the fragrance that comes from certain trees is used for so many purposes. Niryasa, the sap of it is taken. We tap the sap and do so many things with this. Bhasma, even if everything is burned down, the ashes are used. Asti, the pulp of it is all made into a pulp, and the pulp is used for so many things. Like this, in every part of it, it simply renders itself unto others, not for itself. Ye tavat janma sapalyam dehi namiga dehishu. Like this, we should also lead our lives. Like this, we should also lead our lives selflessly for the sake of others. We are not even able to lead it for God. The pathetic, woeful state of mankind is that you cannot even be selfless when it comes to God or Guru. Even their selfishness, me, mine, arises into our hearts. To hell with me, அப்படிங்கிற thought is not coming. Let me make this body like a slipper for the Guru or God. That thought is not coming into us. We have self-preservation comes into us. Me. Bhagavan says, is this a kind of life? Etavad janma saphalyam. This is how life finds fulfillment. It finds fructification. It finds perfection. When? Dehinamiha dehishu pranai artha diya vacha shreya acharan sada. When we use our life, our wealth, our energies, our words, our thoughts, our entire being for the sake of others, for the well-being of others. Like this we should be living. I mean, Bhagavan is teaching all these boys. It's not just fun and games with these boys. Jagat Guru Leya. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. So Bhagavan is teaching all these boys how we should lead our lives. Living for others. But even if you cannot live for others, live for God. Live for God. As much as possible, do good things to others, but most certainly live for God and God alone, exclusively for God alone. All of you are seated here, so many of you are seated here, you've all lived your lives until this moment selfishly only, prayaha, mostly. Mostly you've led your lives. Have you found bliss? Are you happy? Can you say, no, I'm very satisfied with my selfish life? Can anyone say that? This is something you have to look into. If something doesn't work, you should be ready to change it. I've adopted this methodology. This methodology did not work. Now it is time for me to try another one, change another one. Who is suggesting this? Krishna is suggesting this. Up until this moment, you've lived your life selfishly. If it has brought joy to you, then continue living it like that. No, the more selfish I am, the more happy I become. More ananda comes to me. I'm so peaceful when I'm selfish. I'm so filled with so much of love when I'm selfish. I'm filled with so much of ananda when I'm selfish. By all means, be selfish. Teach that method to me also. But I will guarantee this. The more selfish you are, the further away you are from bliss, from joy. The joy that I am speaking about is a joy of innocence. It's a joy that is free from guilt, free from cares, free from worry. It is like a nirmalanandam, nischalanandam. You will only get that when you are living for more than yourself. And even if you can't live for others, live for God at least. If nobody else, He deserves it. And so Bhagavan teaches all these boys how to lead their daily lives also. Like this, talking in this manner, walking along the banks of Yamuna, looking at all the trees, showing them the trees and so on. They went a long distance. That day, unlike the previous day, Bhagavan said, don't pack any food, let us go. Today Balaram also came. Let's not pack any food, Bhagavan said. Boys are absolute trust in Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, no food, no food, let's go. Children, they came with Krishna. Anna, after some time, lot of noises are coming. They're all standing there, Krishna is talking, suddenly background a lot of noises are coming. What noise? There's some wild animals around. Yes, Krishna. There are a lot of wild animals around here. Where are they? In our stomachs. And they are growling, Krishna, we are hungry. Hey Krishna, Dushta Nibarhana. Krishna, destroyer of distress. There is some great asura that has come to us. You have to protect us from that asura. Yarra? Hunger is the asura that has come. Oh, okay. But Bhagavan said, here, if you go a little distance from here, there is a small settlement of Brahmanas there. They are performing a long drawn sacrifice, Angirasa Satra. So you go there and you ask them, tell them, Krishna and Balarama have come. Pera choli cholu. Mamachabidam, Nichana Bhagavan. Go and tell them that my brother Balarama and I, Krishna, we both have come, ask for food from them. Go. So all these boys went, wow, food is going to come up. So they went straight to the Brahmanas. Brahmanas were all running around doing some, preparing for the yajna for the day. So they went there and said, we are Yadavas, we are little cowherds coming from Vraja, Nanda Vraja. We have come with our leaders, Balarama and Krishna. And they have sent us here to get food. We are very hungry. Can you please give us some food? So these Brahmanas, even when they heard these words, Itite Bhagavad-vacham, they heard these words, but then, Shrinvato Pinasushruvuhu, even though they heard, they pretended as though they didn't hear. When somebody comes hungry, you should not say no to them. They do not want to say no. What to do? They pretended as though they didn't hear at all. Swami says, if you cannot oblige, at least speak obligingly. These Brahmanas took it to the next extent. If you cannot even speak obligingly, pretend you didn't hear at all. If you cannot even speak obligingly, then pretend you didn't hear it at all. So they walked away. The boys came back hungry and said, Krishna, we went there and we told them, they didn't give anything to us. Krishna laughed. He said, who did you go to? All those men were there, they were doing something, running around. We went and stood there, we told them. I said, you fools, who will go to men? Men only know how to eat. Go to the mothers. The women are there. Go to them. They will know to give. Go to them. Tell them the same thing. Go there. So they went. There was a Patni Shala where all the ladies were separately, doing all their work, cooking and cleaning and getting the flowers ready and all of that. The ladies' quarters, they were doing all that. So all these boys went there. Already they are looking all famished, looking tired, fatigued. They are going there again, second time. When they go and stand there, the mothers look, Yarra, who are you children? You're all looking so tired. Do you want to eat something? And they said, Krishna sent us to the right place. So they said, Ma, we are not alone. We have come with our leader. He's also waiting there. Can we get some food to take back with us? Oh, all right. Where are you all from? We are from Nanda Vraja. Nanda Vraja. Have you heard that there is somebody there? There is a little young boy there called Krishna. He's our leader. He's here with us. All along they have been yearning and pining to have darshan of Krishna. All of a sudden these boys, offhand they are saying, our Krishna is here. For these boys it is nothing. They are always with Krishna. Our Krishna is also here. And how will it be for these women? The news spread everywhere. Krishna has come. The very Lord that we wanted to see, whom we have been calling, has come to us. Did you say he's hungry? Yes, we are very hungry. He's very hungry. Krishna is hungry. All the ladies took up all the food that had been prepared to be offered to the yajna. It had not yet been offered. Chaturvidam Bahu Gunamannamadaya Bhajanaihi. 4 types of food was taken. The chapter to the Naliki Bhagavan Challapara. Pacham Yannam Chaturvidam. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayukta Pacham Yannam Chaturvidam. 4 types of food. Enge nyam vandaduna Brahmana Patni ella kuduthirka avanukku 4 types of food. Chaturvidam bahugunam annam madaya bhajanaihi. Taking all that food, just as the rivers rush to the ocean, they ran towards Krishna. The men did not leave them. They said, hey, stop, what are you doing? This is all for yajna. This has to be offered to the yajna. You and your yajna, Yajna Purusha himself has come. What are you going to offer to the yajna? So they took it and went. Even though the men tried to stop them, they pushed their way once in a while when women become dominant. And they should be. There are times when women should be dominant, because otherwise society will go into utter selfishness and ruin. That is the reason why our country or the world is like this. The whole world is like this because men have always had the upper hand. If it is not balanced with women, then this world will become a terrible place. Men only know to take. Women only know how to give. Prema comes only in the hearts. The tenderness and mildness comes only in the hearts of women. However, they want to define the fluidity of gender and say those with this and those without that and all that. The only way to describe a woman is those born with mercy, kindness, sweetness in their heart. And so they ran towards Bhagavan, carrying all this food. And from a distance they saw Krishna. Krishna was there standing with Balarama, and some of the other Gopa boys were there. Not all the boys had been sent. He was standing under a tree. Shyamam hiranya paridim vanamalya barhadatu pravala nataveshamanuvratam se. Shyamam hiranya paridam. Shyamam, dark like the rain cloud. Hiranya paridim, clad in his yellow, traditional, his signature yellow. Vanamalya, with his wildflower garland around his neck. Barha, the peacock feather upon his crest. Dhatu, with several colored mineral powders upon his body. Pravala, Pravalana, Pavaram Nartham. And here it means little buds of flowers that has just blossomed. He has taken those buds, that's what. Natavesham, standing like a dancer on the stage. Overdressed தான் எப்பவுமே. சிம்பிளாகவே இல்லை. Overdressed. Over adorned. அதனால தான் நம்ம இஷ்டத்துக்கு போடுறோம். நட்டவேஷம். சும்மா நரவேஷம் இல்லை அது. நட்டவேஷம். When you come onto the stage, you can't just come normally. If you come normally, then you might as well stay home. Why are you walking on the stage? When you come onto the stage, you should have a certain look. Actors, they have to have a certain look, that stage actors. Dancers, இன்னுமே இருக்கணும். Natavesham. Bhagavan is standing there in the Natavesham, and இன்னும் அழகா எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படின்னா அனுவ்ரதாம் சே வின்யஸ்தஹஸ்தம். One of the boys is standing next to him. Krishna is not chumma nikkalaya. He is putting one hand on the shoulder of this boy. Look at the way Shuka describes it. How blessed we are to be able to get a grantham like Srimad Bhagavatam, where Shuka is describing it so we can see it in front of our eyes. Shyamam hiranya paridim vanamalya barha dhatu pravala natavesham anuvratam se vinyastahastam. அப்படி அழகா அப்படி ஒரு கை. What about the other hand அப்படின்னா இதரேன துனானமப்ஜம், ஒரு lotus in his hand and he is twirling it, playing with it. அப்படி வச்சு Dunanamabjam Karnotpala Alaka Kapola Mukabjahasam. And upon that face, how is that face? With the hair extending over his cheeks, Alaka Kapolam. Kapolam varikkum alakam varudhu. Appadina hair is coming all the way down to his cheeks. Karnotpala, lilies in his ears, adorning his ears. Mukhabja, face is like a lotus flower. Adila, the beauty of the lotus is Hasam. Smile. Or beautiful smile. இப்படி நிற்கிறான் பகவான் is standing like this. How does this look அப்படின்னா? All the ladies are looking at it. Can they compare this beauty to anything? அப்படி யோசிக்கிறான். ஏன்னா immediately the mind feels we have to compare. Oh, it is as white as snow, as soft as butter. என்ன சொல்றோமே. When they looked at Bhagavan standing in this manner, what can we compare it to? Partha, although the mind races through various possibilities, they had to come up with only one answer. Anupama Sundara. Anupama Sundara. This beauty has no equal. No upama, no simile can be given. Anupama Sundara Nanda Kishora. Kishora na boy. Boy தான் இருக்கிறாங்க. வள்ளம் mother is coming to see this boy standing there. How does this boy look? Nanda Kishora, Nanda's son. How does he look? Anupama Sundara Nanda Kishora Vrindavana Ghanasham. Vrindavana Ghanasham. Murali Madhava Radhe Radhe Govinda. Murali Madhava Radhe Govinda. Madhusudhana Ghanasham. Satya Sai Sundarasham. Vrinda Vihari Mandara Giridhari Kamala Nayana Bhagavan. Vrinda Vihari. This Lord of Vrindavanam, with his eyes like fully blossomed lotuses. Kamala Nayana Bhagavan. Bhakton ke Prabhu Partishwara Sai Natavara Natavara Sundara Sham. How is he standing there now? Natavara Sundara Sham. I suppose this bhajan has been made for this shloka Malya. Shamam Hiranya Paridim Varamalya Barga Dhatu Pravala Natavara Sundara Sham. Natavesham Anuvratam Se Satya Sai Sundara Sham. Sham Ghanasham Ghanasham. And they all go surround Krishna. They've been waiting. As soon as they saw Krishna, already they're rushing towards Krishna. When they saw Krishna standing there in this beauty, they could not bear it anymore. They could not tolerate it. They broke into a run. They broke into a run and went and surrounded Krishna. They all went near Krishna. There's hesitation. Should we go? Should we not go? There's the urge to go. There's the hesitation because they've been brought up in certain culture, certain traditions. That Kula Maryada is there. Should we go? Should we not go? Nobody is hesitating. Bhagavan looks at them. One look and Bhagavan, Shukacharya says, looking at them, Tastata tyakta sarvashaha prapta atma didrikshaya vijnaya akiladrik drashta praha prahasitananaha. Bhagavan looks at them and sees in them tyakta sarvashaha, people who have given up all their desires. Atma didrikshaya, they only want to see him, the Atma. They are all like renunciants of the perfected order. Although they are all grihinis, they are all housewives. And when they come there, when they stand there, they look at him, he knows immediately, he sees they are all sannyasis. All desires have gone, only one desire is the Krishna, and they have come running to him. But at the same time, because of the Kula Maryada, they are not able to come. They are standing there, hesitating. Bhagavan has a smile upon his face. He takes the first step. Number 2, Purva Bhashi. Mritu Bhashi, Purva Bhashi. Valmiki speaks about Rama and says he has 2 unique qualities in him. Several unique, but these 2 are unique. Purva Bhashi, Mritu Bhashi. If somebody comes, Rama will take the initiative to accost them first. He will not say, I am a great person. If they want, let them say something to me, then I will respond. How are you? I am fine. How are you? Immediately Bhagavan says, how are you? Purva Bhashi. He speaks first. And when he speaks first, how are you? Are you well? Mridu Bhashi. Speak softly, sweetly. Purva Bhashi, Mridu Bhashi. So Bhagavan, as soon as these ladies come towards him, he says, Swagatam vo mahabhaga asyatam karavamakim. Oh, most fortunate ones, fortunate ladies, please come, please sit down. What can I do for you? Bhagavan children. Swagatam vo mahabhaga asyatam karavamakim. What can I do for you? Yanno didrikshaya prapta upapannam idam hivaham. You've all come here to see me. What can I do for you? Bhagavan children. Bhagavan only wanted food. Bhagavan did not want them to come, but they could have sent the food to the boys. And they didn't do. They themselves came. Adanala Bhagavan has to respond. Yetamam prapadyante tam sateva bhajamyaham. As you approach him, so he approaches you. They didn't just send the food to these boys. They came bearing the food. Adanala Bhagavan says, please, welcome, sit down. What can I do for you? Bhagavan is asking. Kim karavama? They don't know what to say. They're just looking at Krishna. Bhagavan is asking, what can he do for us? What are we to say? They're just looking at him. And looking at the way they are considering him, regarding him, Bhagavan says, acknowledges that. Nanu addamai kurvanti kushalaha swarta darshanaha ahaituki avyavahitam bhaktim atma priye yatha. I can see in your eyes the great love that you bear for me. It shows that you are fully aware of the truth of who I am. Bhagavan is not hiding anything here. The time of hiding and all is gone now for Bhagavan. I can see that the love that you bear in your eyes show me that you've understood the true purpose of life. Because I am the Atma Priya. I'm the dearest. I'm the dearmost Atma to everybody. And I am the one that should be dear to you more than anything else. Prana Buddhi Manaha Swatma Dara Apatya Dana Adayahayat Samparkat Priya Asamstataha Konvapara Priya. People generally think that life is dear to them. Their mind is dear to them, their thoughts are dear to them, their ideas and opinions are dear to them, their relatives, their body, their wife, children, wealth and so on are all dear to them without realizing that because of the existence of him, everything is dear to them. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati varataya. Bhagavan is speaking to these Viprapatnis. The reason why you are so fond of me is because I am that Atma that makes everything else dear to you. Then you have come. You have so much bhakti, you have so much devotion. Now you have seen me. Now that you have seen me, go back to your husbands. They are all waiting for you because the performance of the rituals needs your presence. The women have to be present, otherwise the man cannot do his yajna also. In those days, that was one of the main reasons why men would get married. And sometimes when the wife dies, immediately they will get married again. Not because they wanted to get married, because they will not be able to perform the rituals without the wife standing by the side. That was the importance given to her. So they would marry for the sake of dharma. Even Sri Ramachandra, well, after sending Devi Sita into the forest, continued to perform so many yajnas as befits his rulership. And the priests all came to him and said, but you do not have a wife to stand by your side to perform, so maybe do you want to get married again? Rama said, no, I will not get married to anybody other than Sita. Then they said, how are you going to then fulfill the rule? He made a golden image of Sita, a Hiranya Pratima of Sita, and keeping that by his side, he performed all the yajnas, Ramayana says. That is the importance given to the Ardhangi, the other half, as it is called. Ardhangi means the other half. Better or worse is up to each person to decide. Anna, she's called Ardhangi. And his performance of rites will not be accepted otherwise, Brihma Shastram says. And so Bhagavan says, those Brahmanas, otherwise they have no hope, so please go back to them. He says. The ladies have all come to him, now he is asking them to go back. No, they are a bit shell-shocked. Now they start to speak. Until now they have not spoken a word. They're just standing there not knowing what to say, how to say. Now Bhagavan, in order to make them speak, tells them, you better go back now. Go back, we just came. Now they speak. Krishna, how can you say words like these? How can you say we have to go back? The Shastras clearly say that there is yangatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. That once we reach this place, then there is no returning from this place. We have reached that place, your feet. Now, how can you go against the words of Shastra and send us back? You should keep us always by your side. We have no life other than you. Na anya bhavet gatir arindama tad videhi tasmat bhavat prapadayoho patitatmanam no nanya bhavet gatir arindama tad videhi. People like us who have fallen at your feet, we have no other life at all for us in the future. You alone are our life. Besides, even if we go back, our husbands have already prevented us from coming, forbidden us from coming. We violated their orders and we came. They will not accept us. When we go back, they will shout at us. They will harass us. So let us stay here with you. Bhagavan laughed and said, no. You go back. You go back. You see how they will behave with you. They will not criticize you. On the other hand, they will beg forgiveness from you. They will realize how great you are. So go back. And he tells them, Na pritaye anuragaya hi anga sangandranamiha tanmano mayunjana achiradmam avapsyata. In order to attain me, there is no need for you to come in contact with me and stay with me all the time. Physical proximity is not necessary for developing prema in the heart. Therefore, go to your houses and for staying there, develop this prema towards me. Bhagavan sends them back. The way Bhagavan interacts with everybody is different. To the Gopikas, it is completely different. He doesn't tell the Gopikas, there is no need for you to stay with me. You go and stay in your own houses and develop prema. Bhagavan doesn't say. Bhagavan calls them and says, come, let's dance. For these ladies, he says, there is no need for you to stay with me to develop prema. Go and stay there itself and continue doing your love. Why? Because different people have different prarabdhas. If Bhagavan said, it is only if you are close, physically close to me, can you love me, then so many people will have no hopes at all. Then what will all of us do? Bhagavan has to cater to everybody. His prema is such that he caters to everybody. There are those who are lucky enough, fortunate enough to have proximity. There are those who, despite getting that proximity, lose it also. That is our misfortune. Then there are those who are not destined for such proximity. We are not talking about those who lose it, but we are talking about those who are destined to have it and those who are not destined to have it. Two categories are there. For those who are destined to have it, there's a different story like the Gopikas, but no, not Abdina. If you take away that and you say, now you cannot do prema, what else do they have left? Their prarabdha is such that it prevents that proximity. But Prema should not know any bar. Another Bhagavan gives hope there. Bhagavan says, there is no need for you to be physically close to me to love me. Love me from where you are. Na pritaye anuragaya hyanga sango nranamiha tanmano mayunjana tanmanaha. Always fix your minds upon me. Mayunjana, be united with me. Achiratmamavapsyata, very soon you will reach me. Very soon you will attain me. In a unique way you will attain me, he says here. Na priteya, therefore, there are many different methods. The Gopikas had many hours of proximity with Bhagavan. But even then, Bhagavan had to leave and go to Mathura later on. So what is important, Swami would say, near and dear. To be near and dear, but you have to be more dear than near. Because you can be near and not dear. But even if you are far and you are dear, then the dearness will make you close to him. On the other hand, even if you are physically close, near, but not dear to him, then Swami would say, even mosquitoes will be there, even insects will be there. They are near to me, but does it mean they are dear to me? Because if you are nothing more than a blood-sucking leech, very near, does it make it dear? So in this manner, Bhagavan blesses them, gives them that joy of proximity, gives them what they wanted, at the same time fills their heart with contentment and sends them back. They are not going back sad. They came, they have already given up everything. It is not that they were selfish. See, I told you this category of people are those who love him but are not destined to be with him. That is a different category. Those who love him and are destined to be with him. Uddhava loved him and was always with him. Always with him. Till the right end, he was always with Bhagavan. Uddhava alone was given that privilege. Right from when Krishna went to Mathura, all the way until Krishna left his avatara and went back to his Sri Dhama, until then, Uddhava was with Bhagavan. Not everybody else had that opportunity. But everybody else can also have prema for Bhagavan. That is the more important thing we have to understand here. So they happily fed Bhagavan. Bhagavan ate everything. Yajna bhuk. The men want to do yajna there. Here the yajna purusha is sitting here and taking the food that the ladies are offering, saying, because of you, your stupid husband's yajnas are also fulfilled. Go. So finally they made their way back, and when they went back there, all the Brahmanas realized the great mistake that they had committed. When they saw the ladies come back, they looked at the alaukikim bhakti, the otherworldly devotion that was present in their wives. They all said, how fortunate we are that we have them for wives. How unfortunate that we could not recognize Bhagavan who had come. Yet how fortunate that at least we have wives who recognized Bhagavan. Now they have that ego. Adanala they said, Maya, Bhagavan's Maya infatuated us, otherwise what to do? But at least these wives of Aho Paschata Narinam api Krishne Jagat Gurau Duranta Bhavam Yo Avidyat Mrityu Pashan Griha Bhidan. Generally the woman is more wedded to the house. Here they say, look at our wives, because of the extraordinary devotion to Krishna, they were able to cut asunder this deathly attachment called house and go to him. They have not had any dvijati samskaraha, na asam dvijati samskaraha, na nivaso guravapi, na tapaha, na atma mimamsa, na shaucham, na kriyaha shubhaha. These women, they have not been initiated through Upanayana, etc. ceremonies. They have not gone and lived under the under the refuge of a guru in Gurukula Vasam. They have not done any tapasya. They have not studied any shastras. They have not done any inquiries. They do not have any great rules and regulations as we have of cleanliness and achara and so on. In spite of all of that, they were able to go and have proximity with Lord Krishna, which we do not have despite all of this. What is the use of us having all this? Abdina they feel. And despite all of this, despite how much they feel, they still did not go and have darshan of Krishna. And they were not allowed to have darshan of Krishna. Krishna didn't allow them to come. They said, because of our wives, we also will develop Hari Bhakti. Despite that, they... Iti swagham anusmritya krishnete krita helanaha didikshavaha vrajam mata kamsad bita nacha chalat. They did not go because they were afraid of Kamsa. Edo or reason. Bhagavan doesn't want abdina, no matter how much you cannot go and have his darshan. Bhava should be pure. Bhagavan doesn't. They went through all the samskaras. They are saying, they say our wives did not go through any purificatory rites because they have gone through it. They did not have go and spend time with the Guru in his residence. They have done Gurukula Vasam. They do not have any tapas. We have tapas. They do not have any shaucham. We have shaucham. They have not done any Shastra Mimamsa. We have done Shastra inquiry and study. We have done all of this. Ana Bhagavan says, not because of that. Na vedaihi, na tapasa, na chejjaya, na karmana. Bhagavan is not won through any of those things. If Bhagavan wants to be happy, these are all mechanical methods by which any fool can attain. But there is a royal path. You see, there's art and there's science. There's a difference between art and science. Any idiot can become a scientist. But not everybody can become an artist. Yes or no? Chumma, can everybody paint? Can everybody paint? Not possible. Can everybody sing? Everybody can sing, but everybody cannot sing. Scientific experiment. Take 2 milliliters of this and mix 3 milliliters of this and see whether the color turns green. Now, every fool can do it. Sing this ragam, everybody cannot sing. But there is a difference between art and science. Spirituality is not a science, it's an art. Prema is an art, it is not a science. Scientific prema measure panni panna mudiyadhu. Okay, today I will increase my prema by exactly this measure. So that daily it will grow. So I have to plan for growth in 30 days. I have to grow so much prema. How do I do? So every day I will grow it by this much. Measure panna mudiyuma. Those who have prema do not need any of those things. They are a separate class altogether. Their caliber is completely different. And therefore these Viprapatnis, these wives, because of the prema that they had, they could have direct access straight away to Bhagavan. These Brahmanas had to go through several hoops before they will also get it. It's not that they will not get it. They will get it. As long as they perform their rituals correctly and when they reach the fulfillment of those rituals, they will also have it. Shastra is not wrong. Shastras are not wrong. It is not that you cannot attain. You can through that. But systematic procedure versus here direct approach. So in this manner, Bhagavan was doing all of his various missions that he had come there to perform and accomplish. One more was left for him before he can go and call the Gopikas. One day he found that all the Gopas were making a great preparation for a yajna. Again yajna. Bhagavan is yajna purusha, yajna murti. Ana engyad yajna pannana avanukku pidikka mattengirathu. They were performing a yajna, or getting ready to perform a yajna. Everybody was getting all excited about it. Bhagavan went and asked Nandagopa, "Pa, what is going on?" "Me pitaha," my dad. "Me pitaha," my father. Empa, what's going on? Why is everybody running around doing something? Tell me. Tell me about it. Pitaha gram Bhagavan. Vartila varadu. Katyatam me pitaha koyam sambramo vapagataha. Tell me, Appa, what is going on? Ye tadbruhi mahan kamo mahyam sushruvave pita tripim pitaha. Pa, what is going on? I want to know what is going on. Why is everybody doing so many different things? Tell me what's going on. Apo Nandagopa said, Krishna, we do this regularly. Every once in a while we do this. Indra is the Lord of rains. And only when it rains will grass grow. Only when grass grows in plenty will our cows have enough food to eat. When the cows have enough food to eat, they will give milk to us. Using that milk, we are living our lives. Our livelihood is the products from the cow. So for all of that, Indra is the person responsible. So we are doing a great yajna, a makha for Indra. To propitiate Indra, to give thanks to Indra. So when Bhagavan heard this, Bhagavan said, oh, Karmana jayate jantuhu karmanaiva viliyate sukam dukkam vayam kshemam karmanneva vibhadyate. We are all born because of karma. We are living because of karma. Where did Indra come in? Do you mean to say that wherever it rains, it is only raining because people have performed Indra yajna? இப்போ ஆஸ்திரேலியாவில் மழை பெய்யுறது. It rains in Australia, rains in America. They're doing Indra yajnas in America and Australia. Is it not raining there? Why should we do Indra yajna when it's going to rain anyway? It is raining because of our karma. If we did not do karma, even Indra cannot do anything. You go and do a yajna to Indra and say, please give rain. Indra will say, you have not done any punya. What can I do? Swami used to give an example to us. In those days, nowadays it's not there. In India, in those days, maybe even now it's there. Who knows? We haven't gone in a long time. When you go to the bank, you have to fill out a chalan. Otherwise, nahi chalega. A chalan you have to fill out. For what? Not to get money from your own account. You have money in your bank account. You have to fill out a chalan and take it to the cashier, and then they will look at it, and then they will bring up your amount, and they'll give the money from that to you. But that he can only do if there's money in the account. Chalan is duly filled. He'll say, there's no money in the bank, I can't give it to you. Chalan alone won't chalega, na? Money also is necessary in the bank. Like that, Indra, you can fill the chalan out to Indra and say, give rain. Indra will look and say, denied because there is no rain. There is no stock of punya in your account. But anyway, it depends on our punya. And if our punya is there, Indra cannot deny the rain, it has to rain. So whichever way you look at it, what is this business of propitiating Indra? What should we do that for? No need to do. Rajasa chodita meghaha varshanti ambuni sarvataha prajatai eva siddhyanti mahendraha kim karishyati. Scientific cholram Bhagavan. The heat of the sun, Rajahana heat, the heat of the sun evaporates the water, water goes and rains. What has Indra got to do with this? The school questions. Traditionally we'll be following something. I remember my grandmother used to follow certain things traditionally. And when we went to school and studied about all these things, we used to come and contradict whatever she says. How is it possible? We had learnt about conduction in school, how electricity is conducted. And party will be all about Echel, Tuppal and all. And inge ukandana kuda thara valiya unga Echel vandrum enna pannuve nee appadina. Appoda appadina she will naturally dismiss us. So like that, Krishna is also, he is not even gone to school. In school pona enna santi pani paathiram thupra enna solla porano theriyadu. As it is asking is that, what does Indra got to do with the natural cycle, water cycle padipom illaya school la? What has Indra got to do with water cycle? Why are we unnecessarily doing yajna and all for Indra? No need. If at all you want to do, Nandagopal said, what you are saying makes sense, but we've already prepared everything. What to do with all this? That is Nandagopal's way to get out of it. What you're saying is correct, but it's a bit too late. No, next time maybe. Because already everything is ready. Let us quietly do it. But Krishna had a counter for that also. He said, if at all you want to do, tasmat gavan brahmanan adrescha arabhyatham makaha. If at all we must perform it, then let's perform the yajna in the honor of this mountain here, Govardhana. Let us celebrate the cows. Let us celebrate the brahmanas. Let us celebrate the mountain. Bhagavan is saying, let us celebrate what is in front of our eyes, visibly in front of our eyes, before you start to propitiate that which you cannot see. He's saying, let us make all kinds of food. Let us make feasts. Let everybody be called. Let all the people be fed. Bhagavan says, let all the Brahmanas be called. Let's feed all the Brahmanas, but not just the Brahmanas. Anyebhyascha ashva chana chandala patitebhyaha yadha arhataha. Even chandalas, outcasts, are so-called untouchables, even the lesser, lower strata of society, let all of them be called. Let everybody be fed. Let us do this instead. Appave social reform, Bhagavan. Look at the social reformation Bhagavan tried to bring in. It didn't succeed. I have to state things as they are, because we know how bad things got. All the so-called caste system went so bad. So many people were oppressed because of that. Despite Bhagavan himself saying, let everybody be called, let everybody be fed. Arhataha. And one thing Krishna says, as befits everybody. As befits everybody. Different people have different tastes. You've got to treat them accordingly. That he is conscious of. But at the same time, he says, let everybody be fed. Let nobody go hungry. Give food and gifts to all, right down to the lowest strata of society, as befits their custom. If you go to Brahmanas usually would be given certain kinds of gifts as dakshina, which those people will not know what to do with. So no point giving it to them. Give what is useful to them, give what is useful to these people. Later on in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan is going to speak about how dhanam is to be done. Everything Bhagavan speaks in Bhagavad Gita, you will find a correlation in his life. He has lived everything, he has taught everything already. Nothing is new that he teaches to Arjuna. Abba, this is my view. Yetan mamamatam tata kriyatam yadi rochate. Tata na father na artham. In Sanskrit, tata, in Sinhala also, tata means father. Yetan mamamatam, this is my opinion, tata. Kriyatam yadi rochate. If you also like it, then let us do this instead. Ayam go brahmanadrinam mahyam jadaite. Dahito. Let us do this to propitiate the cows, the Brahmanas, and this mountain, Govardhana. So everybody accepted this view of Krishna, so they all performed the different kind of yajna this time. And because Bhagavan has initiated a new procedure, he wanted to instill faith in all of them. So he played a nice trick. He took the form of a huge mountain. A huge form, declaring himself to be the spirit of the mountain. I am Govardhana. Voice out of Bhagavan again. Project pannitam. I am pleased with your yajna. Govardhana. Solra madri Bhagavan said. He's not cheating. Who's the Antaryami? The Giriraj, they worship Giriraj they worship when you go to Vrindavan. Because Giriraj is also Krishna only. Bhagavan spoke as though he is Govardhana, saying, I am pleased. And if he is pleased, who will not be pleased? जा पर कृपा राम की होई, ता पर कृपा करे सब कोई. Tulsidas says, जहां पर कृपा राम की होई, if Rama's kripa should be there on somebody, ता पर कृपा करे सब कोई. Everybody else also showers their grace upon that person. Apna Bhagavan is pleased, everybody will be pleased with us. So when Bhagavan declares, I am pleased, now Govardhana is also pleased. So Bhagavan took that form and instilled faith in them. All of the people also looking and said, look at this. Every time we did puja for Indra never came and said anything. We did puja for Govardhana immediately appeared and said, I am happy. From now on, we'll only do Govardhan puja. So puja went well, everything got finished, but now Indra became angry. It looks like he was expecting something to come from this Vraja. Means he's keeping track in the rear of the Patila. Although we said, Krishna said, what has Indra got to do with the rainfall and so on, but this much is very clear. If one place his yajna that was to be done for him has been denied, the fellow takes note. So he became angry and he commanded all the clouds to come. The clouds which will usually come only during the final dissolution, he called all of them to come and he said, go and become a super cyclone. Go and pour rain, drown that entire Vrajabhumi. Abdin Indra commanded. They have depended on Krishna, a mere mortal. Krishnam martyamupashritya ye chakrur deva helanam. Taking refuge in a mere man, listening to the words of a mere mortal boy, they have mocked the devas, the authority of the devas. They need to be punished, they need to be taught a lesson, they should become an example for everybody. Therefore go and pour rain upon this hamlet. He commanded. I will also come and watch. He got on to Airavata, the elephant, and went. So all the clouds came, flashes of lightning and thunder, hailstones falling, winds raging, and the rain began to fall in cascades. It's not raining cats and dogs now, it is raining elephants. Cats and dogs are small. When the land began to become submerged in water, all the people went and ran to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Mahabhaga, Tvannatam Gokulam Prabho. Tratumarhasi Devannaha Kupitat Bhaktavatsala. They all went to Krishna. None of them blamed Krishna. We should not have listened to this Krishna. Look what happened on listening to Krishna earlier. Instead they said, Krishna, protect us. You are our Lord, you are our master. Now protect us from the anger of the gods. So Bhagavan then heard their prayers and decided to protect them. And the reason why that Giridhara is so important, I told you, I said when I come to this, I'll tell you why Meera lost her heart to Giridhara Nagar. Why not anybody else? Why Giridhara? Why specifically Giridhara, the one lifting up and holding the mountain above his head? Because Bhagavan had a consideration, a brief second of deliberation. Should I protect or not? Not should I protect or not, but the reasons for his protecting, he is deliberating within himself so that we can also know about it. Tasmat mat sharanam goshtam annatam mat parigraham gopaye swatma yogena soyam me vratahitaha. Tasmat mat sharanam goshtam. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Tasmatu, therefore. Therefore. Mat sharanam goshtam. These people have taken refuge in me. Goshtamna, this cowherd community has taken refuge in me. Mannatham, they hold me as the Natha, the master. Mat parigraham, they have accepted me, they have become mine. Therefore, Gopaye Svatma Yogena, by my own divine powers, I shall protect them because this is my vrata. This is a vow that has been taken by me. That's what Bhagavan says. But the language that Bhagavan has used is very ambiguous. Mannatam, Matparigraham, Matgoshtam. The three words that have been used. They can be interpreted in two ways. Mannatham, in Srimad Ramayanam also we find this. When Rama goes to meet with Sugriva, Sugrivam Natham Ichchati. Lakshmana says to Hanuman, our Lord Sri Rama, Pura Lokesho Bhutva Sugriva Lokanatham Bhutva Sugrivam Natham Ichchati. Although he is the Lord of the universe, he now wants to make Sugriva his Lord. Sugrivam Natham Ichchati. Two meanings for it. He wants to be Sugriva's Lord. He wants Sugriva to be his Lord. Ramanatha அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவா இல்லையா? Ramanatha என்ன? If you go to Rameshwaram, the Parameshwara Shiva there is called Ramanatha. What is Ramanatha அப்படின்னா? The Natha worshipped by Rama. The Shiva who was worshipped by Rama is Ramanatha. அப்படி என்ன? Shiva and Ramana. When they told that to Shiva, Shiva said, no. Ramanatha means the one for whose Natha is Rama. My Lord is Rama, therefore I am Ramanatha. Rama said, he is my Lord, therefore he is Rama's Natha. Rama's Lord, the Lord of Rama. Both these two are completely different meanings. Rama's Lord, Rama's Lord means the one who is the Lord of Rama. The other meaning is he whose Lord is Rama. Both have the same Ramanatha. Mannatham, Madgoshtam, Matsharanam, Matparigraham. Matsharanyam, Matsharanam, Madgoshtam, Mannatham, Matparigraham. When I needed refuge, they were the ones that gave refuge to me. Matsharanam. And Bhagavan was born in Mathura. But he didn't want to stay there in Mathura. He wanted to stay somewhere else. Who accepted him? But this Goshtam accepted him. This cowherd community said, come, you are part of us now. Mat Sharanam, those who gave refuge to me. What Bhagavan is saying. Man Natham, my Lord. Yar Natha, Appa and Amma are always considered as lords to the child. They are the leaders for the child. They are the masters for the child. They are the lords for the child. He is saying Pita, Tata, Mata. He is calling out Yashoda as mother and Nandagopa as father. They are the Nathas. See, what is the word we use for an orphan? Anatha. Anatha, one without Natha is Anatha, orphan. What does it mean? Parents are Natha. Meaning varudhu. When he says Mannatham, they are my Nathas. Without them I am Anatha. With them I am Sanatha. Bhagavan is saying. Matparigraham, they have accepted me. I have accepted them. They think I am their family. I think they are my family. Both these things come here. In lifting up that mountain, Bhagavan reveals his heart to us. Bhagavan reveals his heart, the saulabhyam, the sweetness of accessibility with which Krishna presents himself and presents the truth to us. He doesn't say, I am the Lord, I am the Supreme Lord, you are all subject to me, below me. He says, if you have prema in your heart, I will consider you as my Lord, Bhagavan. Not mere empty statement, this. This is how Bhagavan feels. Aham Bhakta Paradinahan, when Bhagavan says, Bhagavan means that Bhagavan is not just making flowery speech. I am dependent on my devotee. Shirdi Baba used to say that he who does not eat food without first offering it to me, I am indebted to him. I am beholden to him. I am like a worm in his excreta. Hematpantu writes this. Satcharita says at this juncture, please readers do not mistake me. I am merely quoting Baba's words verbatim, he says. Baba says, I am like the worm in the excreta of a person who is always dependent upon me. I will not know how to repay this debt of gratitude that I owe to them. This is Bhagavad Hridayam. Krishna is showing that. Not enough to merely listen to this. This is him. Now take a look at yourself. Here is a Lord who feels as though he is indebted to you if you call out his name exclusively. The Mahabharata, after the Pandavas had lost the game of dice and they were sent to the forest, Krishna came to see them. First time he came to see them after they were in the forest, and he was so angry. He was yelling at Yudhishthira and he said, how could you play this game? Could you not have asked me? Should you not have told me? Did Duryodhana play the game himself? Did he not appoint Shakuni for it? Like that, if you had asked, I would have come and been your representative. You would not have lost at all. Duryodhana challenged you, but he didn't play. He deputized Shakuni to play. Like that, you could have accepted the challenge and asked me to play. I would have played for you. I would have won for you. Why didn't you ask me? How can I keep quiet now? Until I see you upon the throne, how can I rest? Krishna is walking up and down, pacing up and down. Yudhishthira is sitting watching like this. Krishna, calm down. I am not bothered. I am cool. Why are you so upset? Why are you walking up and down like this? Kutipota Puna Madri. Why don't you sit down? How can I sit down? Bhagavan is saying, there is a great debt that I owe. Until the debt is fulfilled, the interest is growing. What debt? I owe you, Bhagavan. What do you owe me? We never gave anything to you. or everything you have given to us. If Indraprastha, which we lost, the first place we got it was because of you. You helped us. Every way we owe you. In what way do you owe us? I can't understand now. Appa Bhagavan said, Aniki, in that Kuru Sabha, Yad Govinde Tichukroshat Krishna Mam Duravasini. In that Kuru Sabha, when she was dragged out into the court, into the open court, and Dushasana dared to lay hands upon her sari and was pulling it out of her, Draupadi lifted both her arms up and called out, Govinda, and she called out. Amma, she called out. That is why you came and protected her. No, you don't understand. What do I not understand? She called out when I was not even there. Duravasini, I was not there. She was far away from me. Still she called out. Yeah, that shows your greatness that you... No, it shows her greatness that she called out to me even though I was not near Ram Bhagavan. How come? She had so much faith, I will come. It was not that I was standing by her side and she said, Krishna, help me. I was not even physically present there. How much faith she should have had to call me when I am not even present there, knowing I will come. That call of hers. Rinam yetat pravrideyam. Hridayanmena upasarpati. That debt that I owe to her for calling me in that manner, it is increasing in interest. I have not been able to repay it. Until I see you all established on the throne, I will not rest. Bhagavan said. Can you see Kamva Dayalum Sharanam Rajema? Can we ever take refuge in a God who is so compassionate that he feels he owes you simply because you called out his name? And this is after giving reams and reams of sari to her. It is not that he said, at that time I couldn't do anything, so now I feel that. The moment she called, she was saved, her honor was saved, and after that he is still feeling he is not done enough. Bhagavan is saying these words by himself. But for just calling her name, if he feels so indebted, here these people of Raja, these people of Nandagopa's village, how many times have they not called out Krishna, 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 Krishna? How much love and affection have they not poured upon him? How much they have not given to him? But when he has received eaten all of their butter and their milk and their curds, now he thinks, Mat Sharanam Goshtam Mannatam Mat Parigraham Gopaye Swatma Yogena Soyam Me Vrata Ahitaha. This is my vrata. I will have to fulfill this vrata. I will protect them. And so he decided to protect them in a very flamboyant manner. Krishna was not known for subtlety. The way he dressed himself was not known for subtlety. The way he declared everything also, nothing is subtle about it. There are no hints. The whole of Bhagavad Gita, when Bhagavan speaks about himself, there are no hints there. Plain speak. I am God. I am the Supreme Lord. There is nothing greater than me. That is why I am called Purushottama. If you surrender to me, you are done, you are taken care of. No, categorical statements, matter of fact statements, very flamboyant. The way he dressed himself up also was like that. The way he interacted, larger than life Krishna was. But with a smile on his face all the time. That was characteristic of him. Signature. And whatever happened, he had a smile upon his face. And a larger than life. So in order to protect them, he didn't wave his hand and stop the rain and nobody knew. You could have just said stop. You could have said it. You could have stopped because that Swami did it so many times, Shri Baba did it so many times. Stop, and it stopped. Vana Radhu, Abdinara Swami. Vana Raledu. Krishna didn't settle for subtle measures. That Govardhana that had protected them, he came near Govardhana and did like this. Govardhana rose up. And then he went and stood there and held his little finger up like this. And the entire mountain balanced upon it and stood there. He said, come, all of you, mountain won't fall, come. After lifting the mountain up and holding it up, he said, Ataha Bhagavan Gopan, Hey Amba, Amma, Hey Tata, Appa, Vrajau Kasaha, oh, all the villagers, come. Yato Bajosham Shata, Girigardam Sagodanaha, along with all the cows, come, Mama, come, Appa, come, all of you, come under this mountain, it will protect us. Come under the shelter of it. Natrasa ihavakaryo madhastadrinipatanath. Don't fear, this mountain will not slip and fall from my hand. Assurance கொடுக்க வேண்டியிருக்கு பகவான். The fact that he lifted up the mountain, அப்போ டவுட் வருதான், ஏதோ தூக்கிவிட்டான். Somehow he lifted it up, but will he be able to hold it also up? Maybe if it falls down. நமக்கு இருக்கும் பயம், படிலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது. Our monkey minds are such. We've seen in front of our eyes how he lifted it up, but then the doubt comes, okay, he lifted, but what if it drops? What if it slips? What if he becomes tired? What will we do? And Bhagavan has to give them that assurance also. Don't be afraid that the mountain will fall. Come. It will provide shelter from the wind and the rain. Come. But reassured in this manner, they all came inside along with their cows and their carts and their belongings. They salvaged whatever they could from their homes and brought everything inside. And then Bhagavan stood there for how long? Shut trit vyatham sukapeksham hitva taihi vrajavasibihi vikshamano dadavadrim saptaham nachalatpadat. Kshut trit vyatham sukapeksham. Without consideration, without any consideration of hunger and thirst and comfort, Krishna held that mountain up for 7 days. In front of the eyes of all of these people, even as they watched, he held the mountain up for 7 days. He didn't take one step away from that place. He is holding it. All the others are sitting and eating. Hey, though under the thing itself, they are making little fires and they are making chapati, they are making some dal, they are making some paneer. The cows are still giving milk, they are taking the milk. No, how can we preserve it now? So quick nariya paneer panninde irka. Lot of paneer they are eating, inge tannira kotradhu. Krishna is holding the mountain up. Krishna, do you want to eat now? But they also don't feel like eating. You all eat. No, Krishna, how can we eat when you are not eating? No, it's okay, you eat. I'll hold. One fellow came and said, Krishna, we will take turns. You go and have a quick bite and come. I will hold until then. Krishna laughed. No, not me alone. All of us will hold together. All the men also came. Correct, Krishna. We'll also hold. Maybe Govardhana is not so hard to lift up. We'll also hold. They all kept their sticks. Hold. Really? Krishna. Yeah, no problem, Krishna. Short break only, not for too long. Come back. Say, okay. Bhagavan didn't leave. Just relax a little bit. All the sticks crumbled immediately. All the people started to feel the weight. No, Krishna, you hold it yourself. For 7 days, Bhagavan held the mountain up. And it is not so great, because we know Krishna's prowess. So it is not great that Krishna held the mountain up for 7 days. But after 7 days, the rain stopped. When the rain stopped and the clouds cleared and the sun came out, Bhagavan said, now please, niryata tyajatatrasam gopaha stri dhanarbakaha uparatam vatavarsham vyud prayasha nimagnaha. Now all of you can go out. Again, comfortable. Rains have stopped. Lest the people think it is, why unnecessarily go back there? This is nice, we'll settle down here. Bhagavan said, no, please go. All of you, niryata, please go out. Go out now, everything is back to normal. All of you go out. So one by one, slowly they all emerged from under the shelter of the mountain. And then in the presence of everybody, Bhagavan also put that mountain back in its old place. And then happened the most mysterious, wonderful thing happened. Where Krishna was stumped once again. For 7 days he held the mountain up. In front of everybody he held it up. Just as he danced upon Kaliya, at least dance on Kaliya was a short duration dance. So somehow maybe he jumped from here to here without anything happening. He was very skillful. Once you get onto the hoods of the snake can't do much to you. Logic. Snake cannot bite you when you're on top of its head. So you're kind of safe. And then you're nimble enough to jump from one hood to the other, so no matter what, you escaped. There's nothing to do with your divinity. You escaped. But for 7 days, when you're holding up a mountain, which they could not, all them collectively, they could not do it, and you're holding a mountain up for 7 days, this is something else. So Krishna is now thinking, at least now these fellows should be convinced of my divinity. They will all come and probably they'll all fall at my feet. I have to now somehow tell them not to. Krishna is making plans. But to his surprise, as soon as he kept the mountain, all of them rushed up and said, Krishna, are you tired? Krishna, should we massage your legs? Krishna, shall we massage your arms? Krishna, you have not eaten anything. Here, eat this, Krishna. Each one is taking and hugging Krishna, embracing Krishna, kissing Krishna, playing with Krishna, fondling Krishna, trying to feed Krishna, trying to help Krishna. They forgot that he was God. And that's what Bhagavan also wanted. Otherwise, they will say, oh, Krishna is God. From now on, nobody will give butter to him. Instead, they will say, Prana Swa, Mapana Swa, Vyana Swa, Mudana Swa, Samana Swa, Brahmane Swa, Madhya Madhya Amritavaniam Sorpayami, Punanevedyam Nivedayami. After they will not wash his mouth, Mukha Prakshalanam, Hasta Prakshalanam, Vada Prakshalanam. But Mantrandar Kopra Chapat Gadiya Krishna. Luckily for Krishna, Vraja people were not like that. They said, yes, you are God. We are not denying the fact that you are God, but that has little to do with us. This was their creed always. We don't love you because you are God. We love you because you are our Kanha. You are our Kanhaiya. You are our little Krishna. So we love you. Unucholitan, they are loving Krishna. Bhagavan in this manner protected Vrajabhumi. Indra, realizing his mistake, came there. And fell at Bhagavan's feet and sought his pardon. Sought forgiveness. He said, Bhagavan, I've, in my arrogance, in my ego, blinded by my own position, I forgot that it was you who gave this position to me. And you have now humbled my pride. You are the indweller in all of us. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Krishnaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. You have taken this form because of your own desire in order to protect your devotees. It is not a human form. It is not a earthly mortal form as I mistook it to be. Divya karma chate guhyam. The divine secret of your birth and deeds confuse, bewilder even gods like us. So please forgive my faults. You've already shown me the error of my ways. Eventually he falls at Bhagavan's feet. Bhagavan also smiled and started to speak to him and said, I purposely brought the obstruction of the yajna only to teach you a lesson because your ego, your pride had grown too much. When you have so much pride, then you will not be able to see me, who is the indweller in all beings. Now you can go be happy, obey my commands, and abandon this ego, and do your duties that I have ascribed to you in the rightful way, without any ahankara, without any ego. And Bhagavan blesses him. I told you when we were discussing Brahma Leela, that Bhagavan did not utter a word to Brahma, but he speaks so much to Indra instead. There's a nice interpretation, reason they give. The reason is that Brahma took the boys away from Krishna. Separated the boys away from Krishna, separated the cows from Krishna for 1 whole year. But Indra brought everybody together to Krishna for 7 days. Because of what Indra did, all the people were constantly 7 days, 24 by 7. It's a literal 24 by 7. They were looking at Krishna all the time. They're having Krishna's proximity. So Indra brought them closer to Krishna. Brahma separated them from Krishna. Indra brought them to Krishna. Adanala Bhagavan was happy with Indra despite his ego and spoke to him. Whereas he ignored Brahma, who separated his devotees from him. Rasama Chuma or interpretation is given. And in Indra's presence, Surabhi, the celestial cow, came and poured her milk upon Bhagavan and did a pattabhishekam of Bhagavan as coronation of Bhagavan as Govinda. Govinda means, they called him Govinda, saying he is the Lord of all the cows. The word go has several meanings. It means cow. It also means all the jivas. It means the Vedas. It means the senses. It means all of those things. So he is the Lord and the delighter of all of these things. Garnala Govinda. They sing that Govinda Muralidhara Murahara. And so all the Narada and Tumburu and Gandharvas, Vidyadhara, Siddhas, Charanas, all of them came and sang a song on this occasion praising Bhagavan as Govinda.
Govinda Muralidhara Murahara Govinda Muralidhara Murahara Govinda Ghana Shyam Hare Govinda Ghana Shyam Hare Govinda Muralidhara Murahara Govinda 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 Govardhana Giridhara Govinda Govardhana Giridhara Govinda Parandham Hare Govinda Parandham Hare Govinda Parandham Hare Govinda Parandham Hare Govinda Ghana Shyam Hare Govinda Ghana Shyam Hare Govinda Ghana Shyam Hare
Govinda Govardhana Giridhara. Come back in the evening at 5:30. Sri Bhavan sukhinaha sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kashatu kabak bhavet. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Sai Shri Arpanamastu.